descending down into what is considered Hezekiah's tunnel. Which is pretty interesting because they believe that they sent two crews out, Hezekiah did, one from either end, and they met in the middle with this cave to get the fresh water from the Gihon Springs into the temple so that they could last during the siege. I don't think the carpet was here.
Dang, no doubt.
And probably not these, wooden or metal railings and stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of feeling that way. This is supposed to dump us out right around the Pool of Siloam. Some pottery. And the spring is still active. So there's still some wetness around here. Go down, go up. Warren Shaft. That is named after the guy who found it. He went all the way down in there. We actually saw pictures back up at the top of him rappelling down in there, and Paul told me he's out of here if he has to do that.
Yep.
But we don't have to do that. No rappelling. And no, we're not taking the water tour. All right, it's like a tour group in front of us. Oh, wow. Hear the water running. Unless they're just pumping that sound in with a speaker. Lots and lots of rock. They are pumping it in by speaker. What a bunch of facades. Canaanite pool. This pool was carved out about 3,800 years ago. Was fed by the waters from the Gihon Spring. Like I said before, served as a water source during siege times. Some speculate that King Solomon was crowned. They speculate that this is where Solomon actually was crowned king. This is where he was crowned king. Very interesting. That's where the speculation, at least. Pool was filled in with earth. Simple homes were built upon it. Thousands of fish bones found buried in the debris that filled the pool. Tells you how vibrant it used to be. Very interesting. Solomon could have been down there getting crowned, being anointed.
true post office.
David stood up and took his fortress when he came to conquer the Jebusite city 3,000 years ago. You shall not enter here unless you remove the blind and the lame. So that would have been the first temple time.
Sarah, where are you going? Well, don't be long. Come up, go left. Right.
What if someone bought? I already want to go to the toilet. Is there anyone left in there? Is that it?
Wow. This is the dry and the wet route. We should at least go over and look at the wet route. Come back up. Take the Canaanite route, you know. Probably can't really see very well, but that is the water from the healing spring still flowing very, very well. We would need flashlights to go down through there because it is very dark. And I'm not getting wet today, so we're not taking that route. Today we're Canaanites.
Are you guys ready? Let's go. I was giving them a 4. There was a big group.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like to be behind them.
gotcha. Very skinny, man. Dude, we would have had to have like lights and everything.
Oh, for the tone?
Yeah. That's crazy. That water was rushing.
Yes, it is.
Head of tour group. You all right there, bro? Got a little stepping stone action here. Water still dripping down. Now we got logs. What is this, frogger?
I think so.
This is what they were warning us about.
Yep.
We had a lot of rain yesterday. Still seeps down through here. So we know that in what we saw before, possible the place where King Solomon was anointed, we know that that tower we were looking at before we came down here real low, that King David was there. It's interesting. This is going to bring us out to the Pool of Siloam eventually, where it said Jesus healed the blind man. And there's some slower people, so we're taking time here. We're down in caves, so if you think that this is actually live, this was definitely pre-recorded, because I wouldn't have got any reception down here. But just carved away through this tunnel so we didn't have to go swimming, because it's ankle deep, knee deep, waist deep. Though I don't think it was waters to swim in, but you know, maybe at one point it was. I think I read somewhere that the waters have diminished a little bit. Okay. We'll be coming to the end of this portion. Alright, so we're going to go out. I'm going to pause it here. We're going to go out and find the Pool of Siloam, and we'll pick up there. So this was uncovered. See a snake down there? Talking about watchmen on the wall. If this was part of the wall that first surrounded Jerusalem back in the Canaanite period, and this would have been the eastern wall of Jerusalem. Could have possibly been restored during the time of Hezekiah, and that right there is an old, that was what the cranes used to look like. They'd get mules to turn that wheel and pull the rocks into place, and that was some of the things they had, how they do it. And they would have done this to also help against any sieges. You could see the size of those rocks, but this would have been to help fortify them. And with the previous video we had, seeing the Gihon Springs, that is how they were able to fortify themselves and have plenty of water. So we're continuing on. So this is what they believe to be the original Pool of Siloam, dating back to Second Temple time. They are still excavating it. It was found in 2004 because a pipe burst and they were trying to fix it, and in the process of fixing it they uncovered steps that led to it, and this would have been where Jesus healed the blind man. This would have been probably a ritual bath as well, leading up to the temple and the upper part, but they're working on it to turn it into another tourist attraction here. Try to return it back to showing more. This is where Pool of Siloam is. Doesn't look like much right now. All right.